last decade, Kansas schools have been the focus of much scrutiny because of the state's stance on the teaching of evolution. As SBS reporter Josh Redd tells us, teachers at Hutchinson High School are very careful when it comes to such a delicate issue.
The teaching of evolution or creationism has been a hot topic. The science standard for Kansas is that they teach microevolution, which is that we have always been Homo sapiens but with some changes. Teachers do not have to teach macroevolution, which is that humans were first bacteria, then apes, and then humans. The teaching of creationism creates a problem for educators.
It's hard to even teach like creationism, and not because I don't or do believe in it, but if I allow to teach for creationism, then I would also have to teach every other type of religious belief in how the earth was formed.
Schools cannot promote a religion over another because it can be offensive to some. Administrators feel like they cannot offer both theories anytime soon.
There's a lot of divisive opinions on that. I guess me personally, I don't see evolution and believing in God or whatever as two contradictory things that can't go along with each other. But there's obviously very differing opinions on that, and of course with the separation of church and state and those issues as well, it gets to be a picture that can sometimes be pretty muddied.
Separating religion from state can create tension with those students that believe in creationism and are required to learn evolution without an option to learn intelligent design. Some students think offering a new theory class could give both sides of the argument.
I think that would be really interesting for a lot of students, actually just kind of added to like have, instead of like theory of knowledge, have like theory of the universe, I guess. But I think it would be really interesting to have different theories in the way that other people view how the earth was actually created, because there are a vast majority of theories in how the earth was created.
While in your science class, listen to everything the teacher has to say, read the books, and after doing your own research, you can make your own opinion. For SBS News, I'm Josh Redd.
The Hutch High Auto Body class is trying to sell a car. The car is a 2005 Honda Civic LX, and it was brought to the Hutch High Auto Body class for the second-year students to fix up. They repaired both fenders, the hood, and replaced the bumper cover. After having worked on the car for about 5 months, the students are very proud of their work they did.
Great looking little car, good gas mileage, everything's super clean on it, so if as would like to come down and look at it, it'd be great.
Yoder also says that the Civic has only 3,400 miles on it and that they're only asking $12,500.
If you take Hutch High School colors, blue and yellow, and mix them together, you get green. Students at HHS are trying to go greener, so they have placed recycling bins in classrooms, in hallways, and in the cafeteria. There was a race to see which class could recycle the most, and the sophomores won the competition. Although the staff didn't win the contest, some of them tried their hardest to show their school spirit.
6th grade, I used to wake up in cold sweats about recycling, and I got very nervous about the planet, so I have consistently used as little as possible and as efficiently as possible. So now I feel that my recycling practices are pretty effective, so yes.
If we all do our fair share in recycling, we could help make our school and our world greener.
USD 308 students are pairing up to help make a difference in the future. Big Brothers and Big Sisters is an organization that pairs high school students to mentor elementary school students. The older kids are taught responsibility, and the elementary school students get someone to look up to that they might not otherwise have. It takes a lot of time and effort, but it also rewards you with a lot of fun.
My friend was involved in it, and so I saw like all the fun that she was having with her little, and I wanted to get involved in it.
Most bigs spend about 2 hours with their littles.
Some students at Hutch High have found a new twist on a common distraction from homework. Instead of going home and turning on the TV, they traded the remote control for an Xbox controller. Some students aren't playing games just for the fun of it, but actually playing in the major leagues of this newfound sport. And with this major league gaming around, students are spending even more time playing instead of working on homework.
Online tournaments, and this upcoming summer we'll be going to national tournaments.
Video games are a good way to get rid of the everyday stress, but you can have too much of a good thing.
As Halloween approaches, we can look into the ghost of Hutch High. Tradition is important to the past and present students. However, some of these have been lost in the halls of HHS. Snowball and the Allegaroo have been around Hutch High since the very beginning. However, some traditions, such as Letterman Club and Study Hall, have been forgotten. Some families have had the honor of passing these Salt Hawk traditions down through their generations.
There were a lot of now and then type things that we picked up from my mom. Also went to Hutch High, graduated in 1939 from Hutch High, and my sons from 99 and 02 that have carried through all those decades. And I think that's good. You know, you can say what you want about Hutch. To me, I'm a homeboy. It's a great community. I want to look for the good things. And
Key Club, which is still an active club, continues to host the annual pancake feed, while Briny Burge is still known as the Girls Pep Club.
Halloween is coming up, and we had students look back on their favorite times at Halloween. HHS senior Sydney Ramsey had a shocking night at the sand dunes, while another senior, Tanner Benton, had one exciting night shooting an egg at a bank sign.
It began to burst into flames. I started crying. I ran to my house, and my mom was like, "Did you hear someone blew up the bank sign?" I was like, "No, they'd have to be some kind of idiot to do that."
And I turned around, and keep in mind it's lightning out, so it's like the perfect night to die. So I turn around, look back on the hill, and there's a guy standing in all black cloak, holding his hands up like this with a axe, what I thought was an axe in his hand, going like this. And the lightning flashes, and I see him, and then it like stops, and it flashes again, and he's gone.
Ramsey found out that later it was her friend's little brother in a costume.
With Halloween on its way, students are thinking of supernatural occurrences they've had. Sure, there are the popular haunted spots. Just ask any student about Kent Road, and they'll tell you the story of Little Boy Blue. The 5th floor of the courthouse is said to have a ghost running from room to room late at night. The library basement is said to be haunted by a woman named Ida, who died in the 1950s. But what's more interesting are the unheard and unusual stories of the students from right here at HHS.
I used to live out on a house on 14th, and when I would go into my mom's room, sometimes we would see like this lady in like a wedding dress, and she would be like all like moldy and everything, and she'd scream at you when you saw her, and then she'd just run away.
1/4 of the students we polled said that they have had a paranormal experience.
We are all out of time here at SBS. Thanks for joining us.
Stay tuned to the Salt Hawk Broadcasting System for the latest at Hutch High. Have a great day.